Alright, so Mary Had a Little Lamb, last time, I just wanted to point out that that's pick, pick, pull off, not pull off, I think that's the correction I had, so, Mary had a little lamb. And the only thing we decided was interesting is that he's going like, when he does it once to E, he's like, whatever he does. He does it to A as well. So, not so much here, but it was totally work there. You know, this is kind of an all-purpose note as long as you immediately play some other note. Just going like, it's going to sound like it needs to resolve to something. And that was your question about the chord was, what's up there? That's a G, right? And my answer was like, there's an E minor, it's got 3, that's what makes it minor. So we're saying I'm major, I'm minor, which is what makes it all. What's going on with that chord? It sounds weird. Cool, so there we are, E minor 9, Hendrixy version. Great, so verse stuff, work on it a little bit if you want to. The theme this week's half-step bend, so maybe before you actually try the solo, just try to do some half-step bend stuff. Like the thing that happened in the song was like him going, like that, and he didn't articulate the bend, but you probably could, just be like, try to make it sound like, and I really think that the answer for you is just bend less than you anticipate, like drastically less. It's really very small. That's already sounding like a whole step, so yes, you know, an eighth of an inch of movement or less or whatever. Anyway, cool, so we get into our solo, where he plays.
Should've known that he followed her to school. They had
yeah, so you see me bending down on the 3rd string. That's a weird beat thing. Should be standard. I mean, the 3rd string's the only one where you can bend down or up, and it really just depends on what type of phrasing I'm doing. But they're just up uniform is the thing to do, and for me, it's like one weird thing I do. Anyway, they're totally just as easily. So there we are. And this is this whole thing where we talked about just the blues scale exists, and now using our ring finger for that note says it's up to B, right in there. So that's just like the first and foremost important passing tone that you can throw into pentatonic scales to make it sound like something you actually are used to hearing. So I'm just going to circle that over here on its own blue, the scale versus actually we were doing the solo. I just wrote on its own over there, which is E blues scale or E minor blues scale. We've got a flat fifth in there, which is also called a tritone. Cool, so here we go, and he was just like, he plays one regular note, that root right there, which we kind of want to start recognizing as the root. So many things go, and end on that note, or, sounds the antithesis of what we were talking about here with this, like something needs to happen. That's, okay, just like cool, so yeah, we just went, whatever it was, now we had this one single note, and then we're doing our thing over here where we're picking with our thumb, with our pick and next 2 fingers, or if it feels better to use these 2, that's cool, but I think he went straight to it. So, and yeah, I'm doing this here. But this is the classic, if you were in the super thumb over top thing that we're trying to avoid you doing, this would be literally impossible because you need strings and stuff. So we don't need to switch to this. It's just, Anyway, so. And so we have the term pedal tone there. He's going. while he goes. So it's only on the very last one where he stops hitting the first string. We're going. And that last one's 2 notes and he goes. And does a little bit of the bend, quarter step or whatever, and that's what makes it actually sound like something cool is happening. I wrote on the page slate index bend. I did get up to there before moving on. So then we just get like a. We have one of his in there, so standard down up. So on that last one, you're going to do an unorthodox down, up, playing in like the space between the strings, sort of. Or you could go, I guess, up, down, but either way, it's kind of like that. Cool. So, and then we get, and that's pretty much a throwaway riff. You know. You can totally do, and that's right on the heels of that. And then he goes. And this is a half step bend, or maybe a step, 3/4 of a step. So we're not going unison. We're going. And that's a theme for this week, is working on half-step bends, so we're trying to make it sound chromatic, like that, so when we look at that, that's the same note that we're adding, so anytime we've bent that there, it's been the blues scale, whether we realize it or not, in a flat 5, moving towards doing a lot more half-step bends is a good thing in gen. So now he does this, which is a strange thing that a lot of people do, where you go regular notes, and then he bends, and doesn't even actually articulate the bend, he just goes, right. Well, it sounds cool when going, but it's really a slight difference. And then we're on the back of the page. Yeah, so just really do get good at each one of these phrasings as you go. Don't be moving on past here. If you haven't already gotten rid of the other stuff, it's all really thematic. He does similar things. So we have this. And then he actually goes and does regular stuff for a second. Then he does a rake where we're going, let's see where I decide, that's the first thing on the back of the page, and we've got, click, click, hitting that A right there, so. Whatever he's about to do. So yeah, in our goofy windy right part, we're just at the end, it's totally. That's the part I missed. I just had it on the wrong strings. So we've got. And then he plays normal notes again. He goes, or he does that same that he did before. Play. So that was us just now. So that's where we got to, and we're sort of in the middle of a phrase, but it sort of ends there too. And then we hit the same note again, like the other one, and then he goes again. We see him getting away with that. So let's really get up to there as he then transitions to pentatonic 2, which more and more we want to think of as a thing you would do by like going, I'm playing here, now I'm playing here. The function of doing that is what he does here, where he just starts a new phrasing. He hops up there as opposed to sliding or whatever. Okay, so we get all. Then he goes. So we get regular notes, and then we hop up here, and then he does his whole step bend with his index, so so tricky, but that's, again, I can say enough times the type of thing. If you start going, point was like totally uninterested in hardly nuanced stuff, just for having about nothing on the front end. It actually sounded like you were doing something cool. That's what we're trying to build here. Anyway, so excuse me. And then that's where we left off. Awesome. So it was like, and then he does more stuff right there on those 4 notes. That's how we know he didn't go back to the main box. Cool. So there it is. Here you are, sir. Good stuff. Going to work on. Oops.